Racetrack preparation area. Not a single cloud hangs above the bivouac for the first stage of the rally raid exhibition match on the outskirts of Dallas. The main route of this stage consists of a man-made sand track where each team support staff are busily hurrying to and fro. Though the rally itself challenges the drivers, limits the preparation before each stage also puts challenges for the support staff. We should be able to finish tallying the supplies today, then we'll have to pack them up as per the equipment list, I suppose. But it doesn't change the fact he's been working non-stop for over 10 hours. He needs to take a break. With a bottle of water in hand, you walk through the boisterous and excited crowd and head toward your own team's preparation area. As you've expected, the familiar figure is still busying himself there. The lamplight gently shines over Artem's shoulder and illuminates the area his eyes are intensely focused on. Coupled with the complex machine before him and the racing suit he's wearing, the calm and serious expression he usually wears when reading legal documents surprisingly exudes a unique charm. He is currently holding up the hood and carefully examining the crossbars, patiently checking the condition of every component.
타이어 부분은 이상 없고 엔진도 점검 끝. 예비 연료랑 소화기는 나중에 챙겨야지. 이번 코스는 난이도가 꽤 있으니까 출발하기 전에 한 번 더 확인해야겠어.
Seems like the work is done for now. Time to remind him to take a break. You carefully walk over behind him and move the bottle of water in your hand toward Artem's cheek. Artem turns in surprise when the cold bottle suddenly touches his cheek, only relaxing when he sees you looking at him with a smile on your face.
시장 구경 간 거 아니었어요? 얼굴에 뭘 이렇게 묻히고 다녀요?
Artem takes off the cotton work glove he was wearing and softly wipes at your cheek. By the time he pulls his hand back, a dark, incongruous stain is visible on his clean fingertips. I have a team prop up their car hood when I was on my way back. Maybe my face got dirty during that. I bought this bottle of water for you. It's time to have a break. Support Manager Wayne.
네.
Artem leads you over to sit with him under the tent. He then unscrews the lid on the bottle and sips the water inside. The non-stop work schedule is showing itself through the fatigued look on his face, even though he hasn't voiced a single complaint. You prop your face in your hands and rub the backs of your fingers against the patch of skin he had touched. Your mind drifts back to that incident at home a few days ago. You wake up on a weekend morning to the delicious scent of breakfast wafting in from the kitchen. That smells amazing. Is he trying a new dish for breakfast today? You eagerly get up and rush downstairs, keen to feast your eyes on the food, only to find that Artem is answering a phone call in front of the kitchen counter.
예보를 봤는데 이대로 진행하면 위험하지 않을까?
Dangerous?
거래 같은 건 됐어. 우리 우정을 봐서라도 모르는 척할 순 없지. 그래, 알았어. 이만 끊고 출발할 때 다시 연락할게.
Artem hangs up and turns around to leave the kitchen only to see you standing at the door.
일어났어요. 더 자지 그래요.
I came downstairs because of how amazing the food smells. Who was that, by the way? Was that a new kiss?
그런 건 아니고 정모 전화예요.
Martin is Artem's junior high classmate and a professional car racer. You've met Martin before when Artem participated in an exhibition race at Martin's invitation. Well, since it's Martins, then is it something to do with car racing?
네, 이번에 미림시에서 오프로드 랠리 시범 경기가 열리는데 국내외 유명한 레이싱 선수들을 초대하면서 정모도 참가한다고 하네요. 근데 팀이 해외에 있어서 정모가 국내 경기에 참여하기에는 지원 인력이 부족한 상황이에요. 지난번 친선 경기 땐 정모가 시상을 담당했는데 이번에는 후방 물자 지원을 맡아달라는 요청이 왔나 봐요.
Oh, I see. But if you're just helping him, why are you talking about transactions and danger? Artem pauses in serving breakfast when he hears this.
별거 아니에요. 정모가 멋대로 결정한 일인데다가 아직 확실히 결정된 건 없어요.
Why the secrecy? Is it really nothing serious?
걱정 말아요. 무슨 일 있으면 당신이랑 먼저 상의할게요. 참,
Artem places the breakfast plate before you as if he is dodging the question, then swiftly changes the topic.
정모네 지원팀에 한 명이 모자란데 같이 갈래요?
Huh? Can I come too?
네. 미림시에서 이번 국제 시범 경기 때문에 기존에 있던 곳들을 증축했어요. 그중에 인공 모래밭은 경치가 정말 예쁘다고 해요. 경기도 그렇고 경치도 그렇고 꽤 멋진 경험이 될 것 같은데 어때요?
Of course. How could I possibly pass up on a chance to go to a car rally with you?
그럼 가는 걸로 알고 정모한테 당신이랑 같이 갈 거라고 얘기해 둘게요.
After you arrive at the bivouac, you two immediately start telling your supplies due to a lack of staff and a tight rally schedule. Everything is just like Artem said it would be. There's nothing major and no hiccups. Looks like everyone in the entire area has their hands full. I'm the only one who's all worried. Why don't I ask him again?
시간이 거의 다 됐네요.
Huh? Time for what?
장비함에 정모 거 장비를 챙겨줘야죠. 오늘 아침에 말했잖아요.
Right, I remember. We're packing the supplies according to the list provided by the rally staff, right?
네, 방금 들어보니까 정모가 앞 경기에서 꽤 좋은 순위에 들어서 곧 다음 라운드로 넘어간대요. 그러니까 우리도 빨리 물자를 포장해서 보내야 해요.
Yes, I know about that one. I was there when you two had a call. Then should we head over to the packing area right now? Let's try our best to get everything on the first transport truck. Artem agrees with a smile. After screwing the cap back onto the water bottle, he prepares to lead you to the warehouse. You hesitate, but in the end, you stretch out your hand and grab his wrist. Artem, I still want to ask you something.
네? 뭐가요?
For the past few days, I haven't been able to stop wondering. Just what was the transaction and danger you mentioned when Martin called you? It seems like Artem wasn't expecting you to cling so persistently to this issue. He pauses for a while, then smiles rather resignedly.
그 일 때문에 계속 걱정하고 있었나 보네요.
It's just that the words you two use make me think of bad stuff. Of course I'd be worried about you.
알겠어요.
He turns and lightly smooths the hair hanging down over your forehead with his fingertips.
우리 계획에 대해서 지금 알려줄 수 있는 건 나쁜 일이 아니라는 것뿐이에요. 남은 건 경기가 끝나면 자세히 얘기해 줄게요. 알았죠?
Racetrack preparation area. Initially, you were confused as to why other teams had so many support staff members. By the end of the first day of packing, however, you and Artem are so tired that your muscles are positively aching. That is when you realize how naive you've been. And this is only the first day. As you watch Arthur make a phone call a short distance away, you softly rub the base of your palm through the cotton glove. Your skin there has been rubbed raw with how the glove kept slipping off, but a whole day of busy work means the area has long become numb. The only thing you now feel are a faint residue of pain. Just as you try to peel back the glove to take a look at the wound, Artem wraps up his phone call and starts to walk quickly towards you. You immediately drop your hands back by your sides and look over at him with a concerned look. How is everything? Has Martin set off already?
네, 물자도 잘 도착했대요. 이따 우리도 차 타고 다음 집결지로 이동해서 준비해야 해요. 오늘 힘들었죠? 몇 시간 정도 여유는 있으니까 어디 가서 잠깐 눈 좀 붙일래요?
I do, but I don't think there is a place to sleep around here. You two look around yourselves. The largest flat area where one can have a nap is the wooden box you're currently sitting on. You smile and pat the empty spot next to you, and Artem takes a seat there with a resigned look.
미안해요. 일정이 너무 타이트해서 세심하게 준비를 못하네요.
It's okay, there's no need to apologize. Besides, it's good that we get to cuddle together like this and chat. You lean against Artem's shoulder and close your eyes. The exhaustion immediately catches up to you with a sudden sleepiness. You only startle awake when Artem takes your hand and pulls it, causing the fabric of the glove to graze your wound.
손이 왜 이래요?
Artem carefully takes your hand and looks it over, quickly spotting the area of the bottom of your palm that has been rubbed raw. I don't know why the gloves here are in the same size as the ones sold elsewhere. The glove I got for the same size are much larger than what I usually wear. It kept slipping off when I was working, which is why.
다음에 이런 일이 생기면 미리 알려줘요. 지금은 상처부터 처치해줄게요.
You thought it was just a small wound and didn't put it too hard, but Artem still brings the first aid box over and carefully cleans your wound. You watch him carefully hold your hand up and use hydrogen peroxide solution to disinfect the area around the wound. His eyelashes tremble, but his gaze does not shift.
아파요? 아프면 얘기해요.
It's okay, it doesn't hurt at all. His warm breath leaves your palm when the wound is finally clean and bandaged, but a pair of warm hands immediately embrace it.
심한 상처는 아니지만 금방 낫진 않을 거예요. 아프면 일은 나한테 맡기고 푹 쉬어요.
It's nothing, it's just a small wound, but I do need to get a pair of gloves that fits before we start work at the next bivouac.
그거라면 금방 구하죠. 경기팀에 24호 사이즈로 달라고 하면 돼요.
Huh? The glove size here are different from everywhere else. How did you figure out my hand size? He doesn't immediately answer. Instead, he takes off his glove and holds your hand, layering his hand over yours. Artem's hand is very big, and his 5 fingers are all longer than yours. He softly curls the first joint of his fingers and completely wraps your hand in his.
이러면 우리 사이즈가 어느 정도 차이 나는지 알 수 있잖아요.
Oh, I got it. Despite saying that, you don't want to retract your hand just yet. Perhaps due to the excessive exhaustion, your cravings for the small amount of warmth and support you are getting through his hand are enough to make you hesitate. However, after a few seconds, you are surprised to discover that Artem doesn't retract his hand either. Artem,
왜요?
when he lowers his head to look at you, he also moves to lower the hand that is touching yours. You hurry to clasp his hand and intertwine your fingers with his.
당신,
You smile and swing your hand that is clasped in his. Thanks, Artem. Thank you for knowing me so well.
고맙긴요. 아직 몇 시간 정도 여유가 있으니까 얼른 쉬어요.
You don't say much else to each other for a while. You simply lean against each other, hold hands, and close your eyes for a brief rest. The other's heartbeat, body temperature, and breathing are particularly noticeable in this rare moment of quiet tenderness. Racetrack preparation area. The new round of supply preparation is finally nearing its end. Artem still needs to check the list of items with logistic team, so you sip some water and have a brief rest on a simple cot. Perhaps you have already become accustomed to the pace of this work. The utter exhaustion you previously experienced hasn't reared its head yet. The only thing that is making you uncomfortable is the stuffy heat you are working in. By the fourth time you lower your head to wipe the sweat off your brow, a towel has gently landed on your head. Huh?
그대로 있어요. 닦아줄게요.
The dry towel softly and thoroughly cleans the back of your ear, the nape of your neck, and your forehead. The stuffy heat that has surrounded you is finally replaced with a cool freshness. It feels so good.
물 많이 마셔요. 이번에는 간이 침대를 신청해서 푹 쉴 수 있을 거예요.
Yes, I drank plenty of water already. You should have some too. Artem takes the half-full water bottle from you as you suggested and takes a few cups. However, he shakes his head when you try to get him to sit on the cot with you.
먼저 쉬어요. 리스트에 있는 특수 위치 추적 장비는 진열대에서 따로 챙겨야 해서 다른 팀이 접이식 사다리를 가져올 때까지 기다려야 해요.
Folding leather, but I thought the prep area only had low shelves, isn't it?
맞아요. 방금 말한 장비는 준비 구역이 아니라 집결지 쪽 창고에 있는 거예요. 창고 진열대가 높아서 사다리 없이는 꺼내기 힘들어요.
Then have the other team said when they're going to send the ladder over? If we wait any longer, the first transport truck is going to leave.
시간이 빠듯하긴 해요. 지금으로선 지게차로 물건을 가져올 스태프도 없고요. 최대한 시간을 벌 수 있다면 좋겠지만 다음 라운드의 상황을 보면 두 번째 수송차에 실어도 늦진 않을 거예요.
You look around in worry and suddenly notice the towel on Artem's neck. I have an idea.
무슨 방법이요?
Let's go to the warehouse. I'll explain once we're there. Warehouse. You explain to Artem your plans as you stand before the shelves in the warehouse, and he looks quite resigned when he hears it.
왠지 좀 유치한 거려. 그나저나 정말 안전한 건 맞죠?
It will be fun. We all played like that when we were little, right? It'll work out as well as we'll successfully get what we want. Artem raises his head to look at the shelf again with some concern as if confirming the height and location. He finally nods.
알겠어요. 그럼 이따가 꽉 잡아요.
Despite saying this, Artem still crouches down in front of the shelves as per your instructions and pats his shoulder.
조심해서 올라와요.
You carefully sit on Artem's shoulder. Once you find your balance, you grab onto his hand and sit up steadily. Okay, time to stand up. Artem grabs your ankles with his hand and slowly stands up. As your center of gravity shifts, you hurriedly grab onto the shelves next to you.
꽉 잡아요. 상자를 꺼낼 수 있겠어요?
A bit more to the left. The left. Yeah, and a bit closer. Like two children picking fruit from a tree, one of you gives command while the other moves as you two slowly nudge toward your goal. You then reach out with your hand.
지금은요?
I got it. Hurry, let's take it over. You hug the poles excitedly and prepare to get off. However, Artem does not move. He is laughing softly instead. Oh, what's so funny?
아까까지만 해도 유치하다고 했는데 지금 보니까 꽤 재밌는 것 같아서요.
That's true. Hey, wait, don't let me down yet.
응? 왜요?
A sudden idea comes over you. You direct Artem to take a few steps back and only stop when you are leaning steadily against a shelf on the other side. Artem opens his mouth again to ask about your plans, but you stop his words by bending down and softly kissing his forehead. Isn't it even more interesting now?
정말이지.
After Arthur tells you to sit up again, he doesn't pay any more attention to your spontaneous ideas. As soon as you land and stand on your own 2 feet, he smiles and moves close to you.
요즘 들어서 날 놀리는 게 좋은가 봐요.
I wouldn't say it's easy. It's rare for us to be like this, away from work or competition, and just spend time relaxing with you.
하긴 그렇긴 하죠.
As his presence grows closer and the warmth of his body is about to surround yours, a sudden thud can be heard from the warehouse door. You and Artem both immediately look in that direction and see a man in a transport officer's uniform placing a folding ladder by the door. He looks around the warehouse and doesn't spot you two. The officer then turns and leaves after muttering, "Where is he?" You and Artem looks at each other and you feel like your face is so flushed it must have burnt a layer of your skin off.
얼른 물건부터 차에 싣죠. 다른 건 나중에 다시 얘기해요.
Good idea. Racetrack preparation area. The rally is finally nearing its end, but a worried atmosphere has enveloped the entire bivouac. 2 days ago, when the racers entered a mountainous area, the outskirts of Salis were hit with a sudden rainstorm. Even though dealing with intense weather is one of the challenges for racers even in normal rallies, this artificial terrain is completely different from a natural landscape. The artificial gravel used in the mountainous stage resulted in landslide under the torrential rain, and many participating racers lost contact with the organizers, including Martin. You raise your head and look up at Artem, who is leaning against the wall next to the entrance. His eyes are fixed in the direction of the organizer's stand, and he is clutching his phone in his hand. He's waiting for news to come either from the communication officers or from the phone. Hope that Martin's going to be okay. The phone suddenly rings and Artem immediately lifts it to his ear out of reflex.
여보세요? 정모 쪽 소식은 있나요? 그렇다니 다행이네요. 네, 이쪽 물자는 포장을 마치고 수송차에 다 실었습니다. 아닙니다. 별로 도움도 못 되는걸요. 네, 정말 열심히더라고요. 다 이 친구 덕분이죠.
Thank goodness, it sounds like Martin is safe. Seeing that Artem has hung up, you hurriedly stand up and walk toward him. He turns to you as well. Have the organizers managed to contact Martin?
네, 방금 경기팀에서 연락이 왔어요. 정모가 당신이 포장한 물자를 받고 마지막 구간에 진입했대요. 정모는 이런 돌발 상황에 대처해본 경험이 있거든요. 아마추어 레이싱팀의 긴급 구조를 돕느라 잠깐 연락이 늦어졌다고 하네요.
That's the kind of reaction you get from a pro. In that case, he should be in the first group to enter the next stage, right?
네, 이번 경기에서 좋은 등수에 들 수 있을 것 같아요. 하지만 당신 공이 가장 컸어요.
Huh? Me?
태풍이 몰아칠 때 내가 구조팀의 물자 정리를 도와주러 갔던 거 기억해요? 그래서 정모 쪽 물자는 당신이 맡아줬잖아요. 그때 상자에 위치 추적기를 하나 더 넣은 거죠?
Yes, because I was concerned that he might run into some other issues later. It's always good to be prepared.
네. 태풍 때문에 정모와 같이 출발한 레이서의 위치 추적기가 고장났었나 봐요. 근데 당신이 추가로 넣은 덕분에 그 레이싱 팀이 위험에서 벗어날 수 있었어요. 경기팀에서 당신의 판단력이 프로 못지않다고 칭찬이 자자해요.
Gosh, you're making me blush. I didn't really do anything.
겸손할 거 없어요. 나만 해도 그래요. 내가 당신이었으면 더 잘하진 않았을 거예요.
Artem smiles. He wipes off the drop of sweat on your brow and suddenly raises his head to check the weather. He then takes your hand and leads you outside. Where are we going?
일은 거의 다 끝났어요. 전에 당신한테 알려주겠다고 한 답의 진실을 말해줄 때가 된 것 같아서요.
Do you mean what you and Martin were planning? True, you just said you'll tell me after the competition is over.
네, 이제 드디어 답을 알려줄 수 있겠어요.
Artificial lake on the outskirts. You have been to several bivouacs in the rally, and the final stop is next to an artificial lake. Perhaps the intense work over the past few days is taking too much of your time. You didn't even realize that even such a beautiful view exists so close to the bivouac. The scenery here is magnificent. From the horizon to the apex of the sky, the layers of colors are discernible and from crimson to indigo. And where the sky connects with the cityscape, a wild and marvelous scene unfolds after the torrential rain. Layers of cloud roll with the glittering sunlight.
전에 참고 자료에서 폭우가 내린 후의 경치를 봤었는데 언젠간 꼭 한번 직접 보고 싶더라고요. 그래서 미림시에서 이 인공 장소를 만들었다는 소식을 들은 뒤로 계속 당신을 데려오고 싶었어요.
Artem walks up to you and softly takes your hand in his. You gaze at him. He is looking at the dark sky, but his expression is gentle when he takes your hand. He's always been like this, sharing with you what he believes to be the best. Didn't you bring the Polaroid camera, Artem? Let's take a photo together.
좋아요.
Artem expertly sets up the camera tripod not too far away, adjusts the angle, sets up the timer, and then returns to your side. The sky and the land are vast as the brilliant dark sky glows in the distance. You hug Artem's arm, trying to snuggle as close as possible to him in the middle of the photo. However, Artem seems to be deep in thought as if he is making a decision. Artem, look at the camera. The countdown is about to end. You don't get to finish your sentence. He suddenly gets closer, lowers his head, and turns your face at the same time. As the shutter goes off, a warm and gentle touch lands on your lips. He's even greedier than you. He chose an even closer distance. However, after the momentary shock, you see the light of the golden dust dancing in his eyes. Artem's residence first floor. After many ups and downs, the rarely read exhibition match finally ends without a hitch. Martin comes in fifth, which is a great placement. However, he is immediately recalled overseas for more professional competitions. Even so, you are getting more enjoyment out of the celebration feast between you and Artem. Artem, look! Once you get home, you open your suitcase and take out the souvenir you secretly bought for Artem.
이건 집결지 장갑이네요.
Yep, I bought them from the souvenir shop at our last stop. I used the same way you determined my glove size and bought size 27 gloves. Let's see if they fit. Artem takes the gloves and puts one on his left hand. However, the moment he pulls it on, your heart sinks. Why does it look larger?
조금 크긴 하네요. 평소에 끼는 장갑보다 2치수 정도 큰 거 보니까 일반 장갑 사이즈로 27호 같아요.
No way! Did you put it back to normal size in a souvenir shop?
기념품 가게에서 파는 건 일상생활에서 사용해야 해서 그럴 법도 해요.
Not willing to admit defeat, you pull over Artem's hand for a look, only to discover that the glove feels even bigger than it should, even with a 2-size difference. It is large enough for your hand to go inside too. The glove envelopes both of your hands together. There's no way this glove can be used in an everyday setting.
괜찮아요. 나중에 분명 쓸모가 있을 거예요.
Inside the glove, Artem rubs his fingers against yours to calm you down. We can only wear them to get warm in the middle of winter, and only if the electricity cut off, since we can't turn on the heater, I suppose.
그런 상황이 꼭 일어나지 않는다는 법도 없잖아요. 만일의 사태에 대비해서 잘 간직해둬야죠.
You collectively work to find a silver lining in this situation. Just as you finally manage to cheer yourself up, the doorbell finally suddenly rings. Someone's at the door. Are we expecting anyone?
택배일 거예요. 정모가 오늘 보내줄 물건이 있다고 했거든요. 나가볼게요.
As Artem gets ready to stand up, a pull on his hand suddenly drags him back. The glove that seemed so big a moment ago now links you two tightly together at the right time. Huh? Why is it stuck?
진정해요. 움직일수록 빼기 힘들어질 거예요.
Just then, the doorbell rings two more times, as if it's hurrying you along.
일단 문부터 열게요.
Artem pulls you to the door and opens it with his free right hand. You hide behind him and rather awkwardly listen to his conversation with the delivery person. As the delivery man turns to leave, he even praises how you two are so in love that you need to hold hands even when receiving a package.
자, 이제 천천히 장갑을 벗을 수 있겠네요.
Artem closes the door and turns back with the small box in his hand. He is also blushing slightly. Yeah, so what did Martin send you? After you were together to remove the glove, Artem takes you back to the sofa and opens the box.
정모가 처음에 말했던 그 거래에 관한 거예요.
Wow, it's so pretty. The box contains a brilliant orb with the colors of dusk.
정모가 도와달라면서 지원팀처럼 보수를 챙겨주겠다고 했는데 거절했거든요. 근데 한사코 안 된다길래 그날 그 노을빛을 기념할 만한 광석을 달라고 했죠. 이 광석은 정모가 지나는 코스에 있는 구간의 특산품이거든요.
Artem passes the orb to you.
장갑 선물 정말 고마워요. 이건 당신한테 주는 선물이에요.
You take the orb and wake it in your hand. Apart from the color of dust, it is also carrying the temperature of Artem's hand. It reminds you of how close you two were to each other on the day you took the photo together. You place the orb in front of the photo of you two together. Even though not everything went according to plan, we got a nice picture and a beautiful orb.
네. 이 사진은 내가 본 사진들 중에서도 꽤 괜찮은 작품이에요.
His expression is as gentle as the one he wore in the photo, as if he is once again immersed in the tenderness of that day under the late afternoon sky. For some reason, you move close to him again and peck him on the cheek. Is it because of this why you like that photo so much?
맞긴 한데 스킨십이 잘 맞아떨어지지가 않았네요.
He slowly pulls you closer until you can hear each other's breath and heartbeats.
사진을 특별히 더 좋게 평가한 이유는 사실 이것 때문이에요.
A soft breath brushes past your cheeks. Before your logic sinks into oblivion, your eyes land on the smile Artem wore in the photo. What kind of expression will he wear in your next photo together? Full of expectations, you close your eyes and let your thoughts sink into the warmth.
당신이 거기 있으니까 자꾸 시선이 가게 돼요.